Growing up, I've watched a bunch of kids shows, and obviously, at the time I didn't know that there were hidden secrets inside these shows. There's also a lot of scary theories, like the Krabby Patty in SpongeBob is actually made out of crab, which is why Mr. Krabs is the only crab in the show. That's kind of wild. Let's take a look at these dark secrets in kids shows.
Your videos are so addictive, but when I'm watching the lost media stuff, I sometimes be scared to get in the shower. From fan.
Join my Roblox group to be featured in a shout-out. The Amazing World of Gumball, one of my favorite shows growing up. This show kind of gives off secret vibes, so I'm not really surprised. But these secrets are a bit inappropriate.
Let's talk about one of the darkest messages in a children's show that completely went over my head as a kid, and huge content warning ahead for themes of essay and consent. It might not be a surprise that this comes from the Amazing World of Gumball, as it's known for sneaking in plenty of adult humor, but rewatching this one particular episode as an adult is really hard and honestly disturbing. I'm talking about Season 1, Episode 12, The Ghost, which again came out when I was 10 or 11, so everything completely went over my head, but it is impossible to miss now. The episode starts with Darwin and Gumball doing something that they love together, simply eating and sharing their lunches, and it goes out of its way to show you how fun this is for them. Like, look at their faces at the bottom. They absolutely love this. Until their lunch is interrupted by the ghost, whose name is Carrie.
Bro, I can never see Carrie the same after what she did to Gumball in this episode. How could she do that to him, even without his consent?
And she is upset because she can't eat food as a ghost, so she, wistfully says, oh, if only I could use someone's body, then I could enjoy the taste of food again, so Gumball volunteers himself to be possessed. This causes him to turn into this horrifying, sickly-looking creature that just runs around eating every single thing in its path, from entire restaurants to, hot dog vendor carts, and once Carrie unpossesses him the next morning, he wakes up on the sidewalk, covered in food, having gained a ton of weight, and full of regret. So after this first possession, pretty much every single remaining scene in the episode can be viewed as some sort of commentary on 𝗴, particularly young men having dealt with 𝗴, and I'm not claiming they do it well or even respectfully, as it's a kid show. They still add in jokes and goofy moments, but the creators had a very clear intention, and if you think that I'm reaching or stretching at all, just keep in mind the description that they chose for this episode is Gumball must learn to say no when Carrie the Ghost uses his body against his will.
That alone sounds so bad. It's so clear that this episode was targeted towards 𝗴. And I actually watched this episode a couple years ago and didn't realize it.
So I'm just going to rapid fire through some scenes that have very clear parallels with the real world in this context.
It's Carrie! She made Gumball go on a crazy junk food spree.
You got to eat all that food? Awesome!
No, it wasn't. I can't eat a thing after last night. Carrie's got a real problem. She made me eat until I passed out. I cannot let that happen again. Hey, Gumball. Feel like helping me eat this sandwich? Sorry, Carrie. I'm not sure I want to do that again. The cafeteria doesn't do refunds, Gumball. If Carrie likes going inside your body so much, we should make her inside somewhere she won't like. Just lock her here at school? Yeah, it's because we're having Thanksgiving here or whatever. You can have my body.
Excuse me, why did he just easily give up like that? This episode is so bad.
No, Carrie, you cannot borrow my body. Then,
I'll take it!
This show is rated for 7-year-olds, but with context, those last few clips genuinely feel R-rated, and that's not even the worst part, because they decide to end the episode with this.
Is it okay if she borrows your body for a crazy junk food spree?
Yes.
That sounded like a yes to me.
That is beyond disturbing for a kid show, so I'm just really curious if you guys noticed this as kids, or if you started watching it as an adult and immediately picked up on it, and also are there any other episodes in the show that are even close to as dark as that, because I truly can't think of one, but maybe I just missed them.
I was so not expecting that episode to be that bad. At first when I was watching it, I was like, how is this 𝗴? Then when I saw the episode clips I was like, oh whoa. And then the last part, when the dad got possessed by Carrie the ghost. Hello? That's so nasty. If you don't understand it, then consider yourself lucky. I remember being forced to watch this show by my little cousins. The show is called Bluey. It's about a blue dog and his dog family. Just like any other kids show, this show focuses on lessons to learn and apply it in real life. But in these educational episodes, there's some things that people didn't notice.
Everything you know about Bluey is 100% wrong.
Are you talking about Bluey the kid show?
No, it's not just a kid show. If you look closely, you'll notice Bluey actually has tons of dark secrets.
How dark could it be? They used blue healers to make the show.
And?
So blue healers were bred to help farmers with their livestock. They were trained to move animals by nipping at their heels. That's why the show teaches responsibility and problem solving.
It does teach valuable lessons, but some are pretty dark.
How?
So there's 3 things a lot of people missed, and it starts with the episode called The Show. This is when Bluey and Bingo were doing a performance about Chili's life. So Bingo was playing as Chili and pretending to be pregnant with a balloon. They were all laughing until the balloon popped. The dad reacted by grabbing Chili's hand. They're saying this suggests that Chili had a miscarriage.
I don't think that was directly about a miscarriage, but rather the thought of them losing a child deeply saddened them.
No, she 100% had a miscarriage, either recently or before giving birth to Bluey.
I don't think she had a miscarriage. She was probably just shocked that the balloon popped. I mean, after all, the balloon was meant to showcase pregnancy.
But listen, the second one is pretty crazy. It's about Muffin and Socks. They're saying they might have autism.
Oh, that explains why Muffin is always erratic and Socks walks on all 4.
I mean, she's crawling on all 4s because she's a baby.
She's not really a baby.
Okay, just listen to the last one. It's about Indy's mother. If you notice, her daughter has a very restrictive diet. In one of the episodes, Indy says she can't have a sausage because of chemicals.
But I'm not allowed that.
But also, she can't have Pop-Gerties because of gluten, dairy, and sugar.
Oh yeah, that's why Bluey couldn't share her toffee apple with Indy, because it had sugar.
No, exactly. People are saying Indy's mom is obsessed with eating healthy, which forces her daughter to only eat things her mom deems as safe. That's why we always see Indy sad when she can't eat certain foods.
I think the last one is a good thing. If your parents are only allowing you to eat what they tell you to eat, then they're just trying to help you. Your parents always want the best for you, especially if they're only making you eat healthy foods. I thought Bluey had more darker secrets, but I guess not. However, this next one genuinely might change your perspective on the Krusty Krab in SpongeBob Forever. If you've ever watched SpongeBob, then you'll know that SpongeBob works at the Krusty Krab. He walks to his job every day cause he still doesn't have a driver's license. He really loves working there. But there's this guy named Plankton. This guy wants to steal the secret Krabby Patty formula, which is the notorious formula that SpongeBob uses to make his patties. But does Plankton actually want to steal it? Or is he just doing it for another reason? Let's find out.
Plankton is not trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula, even though it seems like Plankton's sole intentions are to steal that formula. That's actually not the case. Plankton is arguably the smartest creature in Bikini Bottom. He has a scientific lab, all these inventions, and he even created a computer wife. So how does someone that smart come up with the absolute worst plans to steal the formula? So much so that he fails 100% of the time. Well, it's because that's his goal. Mr. Krabs and Plankton were childhood friends, and they even created the Krabby Patty together. But supposedly they've been mortal enemies ever since. But in reality, they've stayed friends, and most importantly, they've stayed business partners. You see, Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty secret formula is nothing more than a marketing ploy. Citizens constantly see a competitor trying to steal this Krabby Patty secret formula, which makes the fish think that this patty must be the best around if he's trying so hard to steal it. So Plankton intentionally publicly fails in stealing the Krabby Patty secret formula to help Krabs, his business partner, sell more Krabby Patties.
That's literally so smart if you think about it. And it makes sense because Plankton is, honestly, the smartest creature in the Bikini Bottom. And he's been trying for years to get the secret Krabby Patty formula. So yeah, it's definitely all a scheme to get more customers. But let's put that aside. Let's talk about the Krabby Patty itself. Many SpongeBob fans have noticed that the Krabby Patty is not what you think it is. In an episode, SpongeBob says that the patty is made with love, which is partially true, but it goes way deeper than that.
The most disturbing theory in children's shows. SpongeBob SquarePants. The secret formula to the Krabby Patty is crab meat. This is why the Krusty Krab looks like a crab trap. So that's what I taste like. This is why he makes sure nobody knows it. And only Plankton knows. This is also why there is no crabs in the show besides him and his mom.
That's crazy how he just said, so this is how I taste like. It's kind of hard to believe that's not edited. But you know what else I find hard to believe? How you haven't hit that like and subscribe button yet. Hee hee. Bye bye my winters.